All right, guys, welcome to part 2 in the customizations. If you missed the first video and you want to learn how to do wheel swaps, go back and watch the previous video. We go over doing a wheel swap on it. But now we're going to do some weathering stuff, guys. Most important thing that you can do before you even get started, after you pick your vehicle, you need to get online and you need to start doing some research. You need to start looking at some weathering on vehicles. Whatever type of vehicle you're going to be doing, you want to look at all the weathering photos that you can and figure out, all right, what stages of the weathering do you want? Do you just want it with the rusty patina look? Or like this one here, it's got some black in it. And then you got some other cars that are, man, they're pretty heavy rusted. So how far do you want to go with it? Basically is what it is. This here's got some bad rusted patina. It actually has some holes. That's where the black comes in. The black is going to mimic the rust holes, rusted all the way through. So anyway, guys, just do your research on that. Unfortunately, nowhere on the internet is there a weathered Ford GT 40 that I could do any reference for photos off of. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to wing it and kind of think, okay, if I'm a GT40 and I'm out sitting in the weather, where am I going to pick up the most rust? Where am I going to get the most weathering from the sun beating down on it and all of that? So looking at this car here, you've got a lot of flat, exposed parts, especially on the fenders and stuff, you know, on cars and stuff like that. Even the trucks, their fenders aren't wide and flat like this car has a lot. So, and then we've got a few things that we're going to detail it up a little bit more. There's a bunch of little cowls and stuff that should be black because a cowl allows airflow to go in. It's not painted, you know, like that. But we're going to fix all that. But to me, if I was this car, I'm going to show a lot of weathering right here on these fenders. A lot, of course, on the hood, on the roof, this back section, and a lot on these wide fenders right here. You're going to have a lot of rust and water pooling in these areas here. You're probably going to have some rust starting to form at the base of these headlights also. So you're going to want to get that done too. This body line here is going to hold a lot, along with some areas in the door. And then right here where the wing comes down, you're going to have some water that kind of pulls up there. You're going to have it pulled up real bad through here. So anyway, we're going to take care of that. We're going to paint the tail lights in and stuff. We're going to weather the bottom also. So anyway, hang tight and we're going to get started. I'll show you the supplies that we're going to use and kind of how we pick the colors. So be right back. All right, so rust stain and streaking. This is a kit that you can pick up at Hobby Lobby. It's $25 and it's from Vallejo. And it comes with several different colors. All different type color rust, dark thickness, and you even come with a like a wash that comes with it. So on this car, we're gonna have a lot of rust and weathering. So we're gonna use a lot of the light rust and the orange rust and a lot of the dark rust. We may even go to the black brown if we find some spots that we want to put some pitting where it's getting real bad, and then we'll do a total wash on the car to give the whole car a weathered look. So we're going to get those colors out real quick. There's the black brown. Here is the light rust, and you'll see it's marked on the bottles. That's the orange rust. Here I've got them out of order. All right, there's the light rust. And we want to go with the orange rust. The orange rust there. And then the one at the very end in this pack is the wash. So those are the colors that we're going to be using on the Ford there. What you're going to need is you're going to need some thinner, some water, whatever you may want to use, because you're not going to want these paints are thick, so you're not going to want it always thick. You're going to want it to give it that run effect and stuff like that. So we're going to work through all that. First things first, we're going to pick out kind of our dark areas first. So we're going to put a little drop of the black brown right here. And then I use kind of a medium tip brush. I'll show you the 3 different sizes that I use. I've got the medium, this is the larger tip, and this is a fine detail brush here. So most of my work is done with the medium though, so that's what we're going to start off with. Now, since you're going to be doing some of the pitting and stuff, you don't necessarily have to thin this out very much. Just kind of grab a little bit and pull it away from the most of the paint. Kind of roll your brush in it a little bit. And so where I'm thinking the most problems with this car is going to be is right along through here, where this channel from this side fender, side skirt, whatever you want to call it, rolls down to the door area. I think we're going to have a lot of a bad area through there. So we just take that and just run you a line along. And it doesn't have to be neat, guys. It doesn't have to be a perfect line. You're just going to run you a line along through right there. And you're going to pick it up right here and kind of go along the window there. Pull you some more. And we're going to do the same thing over here on this side. Like I say, it ain't got to be perfect. It ain't got to be all exactly the same, because both sides aren't going to do the same exact thing. So just pull it along the window there, just to give it a little dark side there. So I know it doesn't look like we're doing a whole lot right now, but this is going to be very, very important. Another spot that's going to be a lot of darkness to it is going to be, like we said, all along this back right here. That right there is going to be dark because it's going to hold a lot of water. And you can just go ahead and bring it down all the way. All the way around. Okay. Now, a couple more areas that you're going to see. Again, we talked about it on the hood. Now, this here is supposed to be a little cowl area, so the water will run down through there. But where we're going to have some problems is we're going to have some problems right along through here. Because if you can't see it real good probably on the camera, but this rolls up, flattens off, and it rolls back down into the windshield there. So we're going to have some pretty bad spots right along it. And like I say, you don't have to do anything real big. And as you see, that's, like I say, that's not perfect. I mean, look how rough that looks. But in the end, you'll see it's going to make a big, big difference in what all you're doing here. And it doesn't have to be a perfect line. So we've got all that. So now we're also going to have some problem area right along through here, because that water is going to channel through this door right here, and it's going to run along through there. So we're going to take this brush and we're going to run us a channel right along through there, just like that. And this right here is probably going to be pretty bad rusted. I know we said we were going to paint it black, but yeah, it's probably going to be pretty rusty through there. So we're going to go ahead and do that, but you'll see what it's going to turn out to be later. So same thing, you're going to have this problem spot on this door over here. So just run you a bad spot through there. And hey, it's okay. Look what I just did. I got way off right there. But you know what? it's going to be okay. You'll see in a little while. Grab a little bit more. And now you're just going to kind of dab it and work it. Kind of dab it. It ain't going to be anything nice. Like I say, you're going to dab it and work it. You're just trying to make it look like this thing's been sitting out in the weather for a while. Just going to run it all the way through there. Like that. And like I say, y'all will see later, it all will come together. So anyway, so we got some stuff coming off right there. We're going to try and do the same thing and match up here. We got a pretty little bad spot right through there. We're going to run that through there. All along right through there. We have a little bad spot right along here. That's where that water's going to be running off and cause the most problems for us up on the front. It's right around them headlights, right where it rolls down. All right. Now, we're going to have some spots. Again, depending on how deep weathered you want it. We're not going to go real bad deep weathered on this one because somebody wasn't that bad. They didn't leave it outside for, you know, in the direct sunlight or anything like that. It, you know, it got some rain blown on it, something like that. I'm just cleaning off my brush right now. And so anyway, we're going to do some regular old rust. Nothing fancy, none of the dark pitting on the tops or anything. So what you want to do is, we're going to go with this light rust. Again, we're going to dab it right there. We'll dab it right there. Now this is where you're going to have a little bit of paint thinner, whatever you want to use. You can use some of your acetone, whatever you want. You just want to be able to pull a little bit of it on your brush, and then whenever you pull from here, you'll see it really starting to thin out right there. Okay, so that's what we're going to wind up doing. So we've got all these dark spots that we just got through doing, right? So now we need to start hitting our rust. So we're going to come back and we're just going to start lightly kind of going where we just painted, actually. And all you're doing is you're highlighting that dark area a little bit with some of this rust. Now you're getting into the rust. So you're going to follow that line right here along. Just kind of lightly doing it. Okay, and you got some rust that come off over there. Got some rust following down right here. Got a little bit more thinner. Pull some more paint down into there. I've got a little hair or something on that paintbrush. So now you're going to follow that line again. You're just going to follow it down right where it came from. And you're going to start this. You're going to start making that rust. Making it rust. Again, you're not completely going to cover the black. You kind of just want to just kind of barely touch on it. And that's going to create your rust, but it's still going to give you that depth with that black. Okay. Now here, we'll do the same thing. Now this is going to run off though, so in a minute we're going to do something a little bit different there with that. Going to hit all your Follow your line back here. All the way around. We've got a few more things to do. We've still got another color to go, and then we've still got the wash to do. And the wash is kind of what pulls it all together. Okay, so since some of our thinner that we had right there, we're just going to kind of clean that brush a little bit. It's okay if you have some more, if you have some of that darker rust on with this lighter rust. I'm going to put it right next to each other. Just in case I don't like the exact color, I can either pull some of the black or I can pull some of that darker rust into it. This is a little bit thinner, so you usually don't have to do anything with this. So again, here is where you're going to really kind of get just a little bit on your brush, and this is where you're just going to kind of pull. I want to pull a little bit, kind of where the most water is going to be. You're going to pull it down, kind of pull. And you're just going to kind of touch around everywhere again. Going to go out a little bit wider than what you were before, and it's just because that lighter rust, that's what it does, is it goes out further. That's okay. You want it to be up top a little bit too, kind of everywhere with it. All along through here. This is going to be a bad spot right here, because this is where a lot of the rust is going to accumulate at. It's going to be real bad right through there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to sponge some stuff in. I've got to find out what I did with my brushes. I thought I had everything out and ready, guys. There it is. Here's my sponge. All right, so we'll take my sponge here and just kind of dab it in the paint. We'll get some paint on it, especially in the corner area. And now here's where you're going to start kind of just hitting some areas, because this right here is a bad area. This right here has been hit pretty bad. That's where a lot of the sunlight is hitting it mostly, and it's going to run off. As you see, it'll just come over here all the way down. You're going to have some here And you guys, make it your own. Some of y'all watched grow up watching Bob Ross. Make it your own. It's yours. It's yours. Do what you want to with it. And what you're going to do is you're going to come back if you need to, and you can darken up any of this. So that's probably what we're going to do right through here. Is we're probably going to make this a really dark spot right here. And seeing all these little spots, it's just characters. It's all character. You can see where it's gotten some dark spots. It's got some light spots by me just kind of dabbing it. I think I was off camera there a minute ago. I don't know. I might have been on camera. But anyway, so now you've got some spots. And we may wind up doing the same thing. We're going to kind of dab that a little bit, and we're going to pull a little bit of this black. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to come along through, and we're just going to hit some dark spot on it. Not all going to be dark, but I mean, it's going to have some dark spot on it. And like I say, it really doesn't matter. You're just going to make it yours. So we're going to need a little bit more of the black here. And now we're going to pull some more of it out just on the corner. And then we're going to hit this right here a little bit.
When you
come through here like that.
Huh?
And you're just going to kind of make a little dark spot there, because that's where the sun's been hitting it the most. And that's kind of how you want to do it. Now this here is going to be bad. This is the bad spot right here. So don't be afraid. I mean, hammer it good, real good, and bring it on down. Don't be afraid of it. Just hit it real good. Come back and get your corner again. Come back up here. And don't forget, your rust is going to be mainly on your outside. So it doesn't matter really what you do here, because just like that. Now this one ain't going to be all that great, guys. I'm doing this in a hurry just to kind of show y'all what to do, how to do, and stuff like that. Go back over here with the brush a little bit. And just pull a little bit more of that line in there like that. Hit a few spots like that. You can see just those extra little spots where that sponge hit. All you gotta do is put a little dap there. Just a little dap. That's all you gotta do. That's all you're doing. Just make it your own. So now y'all is thinking, all right, so you got some rust going on it and stuff now, but what in the world are you gonna do because man, some of that car looks pretty shiny, don't it? Now we're gonna do the back too in just a minute, but I don't want to take up a whole bunch of y'all's time. But anyway, so we've got a lot of the weathering done on it. So now for kind of the cool part. This is one of my favorite parts. So now you're gonna take your thicker brush and your wash and gonna lay some of that wash out. Now the wash is real thin and you're gonna use it up kind of quick. So just lay it on there like that. And then you're gonna take your thick brush, dab it all down in there real good and thick. And you're gonna paint over it like this. So all you're gonna do, you just wanna get all the stuff that you really didn't paint, and you're gonna do like that. You're just gonna paint all over it. And then what you can do after that is, I like to take this sponge, and I just kind of dab it. You can streak it. You can use a bigger brush if you wanted to. That way you really have some good brush marks. But this really kind of gives you the all around kind of weathered look. Now like I say, it doesn't have to be thick. It doesn't have to be whatever. You do it however you want to do it. Sorry again, I think I may have been off camera there. But anyway, yeah, you just work it in however you want to. You gotta remember, make it even. And you can come back, and as you see it, you can pull some of it off too. See how it's doing there? You can come back and pull it. And again, you can make it lighter in some spots, darker in others. And you just work it like that. Play with it, get it how you want to, how you're happy with it. I didn't do this side again. This is just to give y'all an idea of what you can do with it. No reference photos, so again, we just kind of winged it. We didn't do a whole lot up here either, but as you see, you just go with it. You can pull stuff from anywhere that you're painting. You can pull different colors of these other paints in it. You know. Just wanna take a little bit of it off, thin it back out a little bit, and just kind of dab like that. You can always go back over, you can always put a little thinner, you can thin something out a little bit more, you can add some more color to it. So let's just say you weren't all that happy with the way that this black turned out. Maybe you wanted a little bit more rust in it or something. Well, then guess what? Clean this brush real quick, and we're gonna get our color back out here, and we'll mix up a little bit of color here. And we'll go in and we'll hit some spots on it. Again, it's just kind of however you want. What you want, how you want it. This is yours. You are the boss. You do what you want to. So now, as you see, it's just all kind of it's coming together a little bit. And I mean, my finger keeps hitting over here on that wash, but I think you ought to get in the gist of it. Just however you want to do it. And again, like I say, the more you kind of rub on it, it will start to pull a little bit of it off. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to come back washing this brush off a little bit. And I'm just going to come back on some of these areas and just kind of pull a little bit of it off. Like I say, this is rust. It's not perfect, and it don't say that that's the way it's got to be. You just kind of come and make it however you want it. And see, so how you're just kind of taking a little bit of it off wherever you want to. All right, guys, so finished product. There it is. So like I say, fairly simple. And all you have to do is imagine what it would look like. If not, use your reference photos. Like I say, and again, this is the kit that I use from Vallejo. Really, really super to use. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.